Hey, bitches. What's up? It's your boys, Kody and Bleu. Blue and Kody. Blue cheese, Kody cheese.
Cody said some blue cheese.
What is that? Why are those two things related?
Grilled cheese. Because grilled cheese are chill.
Who's making grilled cheese with blue cheese and sourdough?
It's probably some white people. Apples.
Oranges.
No, they're apples, bananas. Apples, bananas.
Let me open this damn show.
Mm.
Oh my god. Anyways, we're Kody Bleu. This is Chill Vibes Only, the show where we get together and we relax and we kind of decompress from the week and talk about hot topics, things that we care about. We don't care if you care about them, but we care deeply about them.
So,
For the time that we're discussing them, we care about them deeply. Before and after that, who knows? But while we're talking about them, we care a lot.
welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Passion Project.
Exactly. Anyways, Kody and Bleu, that's us. Chill Vibes Only. You can find us anywhere you find your podcasts: Spotify, Apple Music, uh, um, fucking iHeartMedia, YouTube's, fucking the fucking. No, I already said that one. Not SoundCloud. We're SoundCloud. You don't know. Exactly. Anyways, if you listen to podcasts somewhere, search Chill Vibes Only, you'll probably find us. That's all I've got to say about that. Um, you can find me on X at Kody Cobalt, KodyKobalt. And where can they find you, Blue?
You can find me on Twitter at blueboy_.
Mm-hmm.
Blue like the cheese. BLEU. BOII underscore.
Why did you do it like that? Why did you do it?
So people can remember.
They'll remember that song for sure.
The jangle.
Oh. That's the important part. Yep. Exactly. You know what I realized? You know what I've thought about a lot lately? Is that millennials, such as ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. But we could have entire conversations just in like slogans. Like entire conversation without ever actually talking about the actual topic. You know what I mean?
It just, it makes sense, but it makes no sense at all. There's nuance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to see how retirement homes are going to be once we're done, because it's just going to be nothing.
It's gonna be nonsense. It's only going to be nonsense. Have you seen the movie Inside Out?
No, I haven't.
Disney movie, Pixar.
That's fine.
About a child
Who
with feelings.
Yeah. Are they like a child? Are they just a child? And
they are just a child.
Their feelings?
Yeah, it's just about like.
They're like.
Yeah, it's about how like you need all of your feelings. They're all important. They all play a role. That kind of thing. Um. Anyways, forgot why I brought that up. What were we saying before that?
What was I? Oh,
Oh my God.
and I missed it. What?
Anna Kendrick. Bringing it back to your cups. You want to talk about your cup?
This.
You want to tell the people about your cups?
No.
And see what's really going on out there?
Maybe I will one day when we talk about ADHD. When we talk about
That's not what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about a movie.
Yeah, movie review.
Yeah, we're going to do a little movie. Yeah, I guess a movie review.
Well, let's talk about. Oh, let's catch up on some things.
Yeah, we
Let's
need
do
to.
some. Let's do some maintenance.
We need to talk about other things.
Mhm.
We need to talk about those things.
Yeah.
But we also need to talk about the movie.
Yes, but how do we want to start? Do we want to start with intense movie or movie?
My God, intense. It's intense. What are you talking about?
What are you talking?
What are you talking about? No, no, no. What's intense?
What a
What's the,
certain somebody has done on the internet that we skipped. I mean, not shipped. What is the word? Um, supported. Uh,
oh my. Oh my. Sure. That's not at all what I was talking about. I was talking about them over
what? Oh.
there. I mean, still intense, I guess, but like
Yeah.
not intense. Yeah. No.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
spooky.
Exactly. Hey, you're wild. You're wild. Anyways, let's start with the movie.
Let's start with the movie, the film.
The film.
Since I personally have decided that the beginning of September is already fall.
Dude, fully.
No one can. Any of you Christmas girlies out there who are gonna be like, oh, well, you guys complain about us saying that we have Christmas too early. You do.
You do. Now's not the time. Wait.
But
Your turn.
all the Halloween stuff, that's fine.
Mhm.
There's an exception to the rule. Because it feels like fall.
It does feel like fall. The leaves are starting to turn.
It's starting to get chilly.
Starting to get a little chilly. I had to wear a hoodie this morning to walk my dog. You are wearing one right now. It has Lady Gaga on it.
Yeah, it's chromatic.
Gaga!
Which, speaking of, also,
Go on.
the movie next
Mm.
month. But that was a long-winded way to say, in the spirit of fall, it's time to watch some horror movies.
Mhm, mhm.
And this one has been making its rounds.
It has been making the rounds. I feel like it was like really hot, and then it was like,
Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, I told one of my coworkers, I texted them and was like, "Hey, have you seen this yet?" And they're like, "What? What?"
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you feel like this is not accurate, but I feel like virality is getting shorter and shorter.
Absolutely.
Like, something goes viral, and then it's instantly gone.
Like,
Like, it's just gone. It never happened.
into it smart today, nonstop. to get some food for my son. Not spot.
Your son's not sponsoring. No.
Walked in. I saw Squid Game toys, and it took me a second. It was like the big doll, you know that as a chew
He
toy,
said,
and that took me.
where's my mask?
I was like, what? They had one. It's a hard chew toy. It's like one of those indestructible ones that which I'm like, probably gonna get that. But it took me a second because, like, to your point, it's like there's so much that comes out. I was like, what the fuck? With Squid Games, that was at least popular for like a month.
Well, wasn't there the second season that was like supposed to be coming out? Did that ever happen?
Not yet. I'd be watching it.
Yeah. Like, I'd fucking know. I would fucking know. Well, look it up. When does it come out? Squid Games. Squid Games. I love how everybody calls it Squid Games. It's just Squid Game.
Squid Games.
But
Squid Games.
everybody calls it Squid Games.
It comes out the day after Christmas.
But this year. So it's coming out. See, so maybe they're getting ready.
It's coming out. Oh, the trailer just came
Hell yeah. So maybe they're getting ready.
out. Yes. And taking it to the streets.
It's a little early. I think they're just behind.
What? Wait, what?
PetSmart.
Oh.
Or wherever you went. Petco or whatever the fuck. I think they're just behind. 3 years.
Feels like it. Yeah, I was just like, I'm like, I definitely watched that.
I was trying to like be on their side and be like, oh, like they're ahead.
No.
I think they're so far behind that they're going to be a red on time.
Like, oh. Well, that's how it feels like at Spirit too. Like,
what do you mean? I just went to Spirit.
That's what I'm saying. That like the like more popular costumes are the ones that they're like showcasing, or like Terrifier, which that movie came out like what 2019.
I know,
like,
but people just got into it. Because here's the thing. Technically, Terrifier was All Hallows Eve first.
Right.
And then it was, I think there was like All Hallows Eve Part 2 or some shit. Mm-hmm. And then we got Terrifier. Mm-hmm. So, what people don't know, those fake fucking fans out there that just got into Terrifier 2 for whatever their reasoning, they don't fucking know that this is Terrifier 2 is like the 4th Terrifier movie. Because Art the Clown's been around in there was like 2 movies. One was called like All Hallows Eve, and the other one I think was just All Hallows Eve 2. And in a lot of ways, All Hallows Eve, the first one, and Terrifier are basically the same movie.
Right.
They're basically the same movie with like a couple of different scenes. But yeah, like that's how it started.
So,
just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
So, side eye. But I feel like they just got Squid Game costumes as well.
I feel like Squid Games just got out of our system.
That's what I'm saying. Why is it? I guess maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Actually, like we just got done. It felt like we were finished.
It's coming back because it's coming back.
It's true.
It's just gonna come back.
It's well done. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. But like with many a thing that mass hysteria developed, like stop. No more.
Yeah, it's kind of it's interesting to see like that same kind of deal with like TV shows and stuff. Because like with Squid Game, it like took the world by storm like immediately, basically. Mm-hmm. And then it took years for us to get like a second season, right? But then there are other shows like Abbott Elementary that I feel like people are just now getting into.
And it's like coming out with its fourth season.
Yeah, fully. Like it's been around now for a hot minute.
So
You know what I
good.
mean? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I feel like it's like there there are some things where it's just like it grabs hold of everybody immediately, and then there are other things where it's like, I don't know. Takes a little while for it to like really sink in, I guess. And then with like viral things, like I feel like that corn kid, he was around for like a couple of weeks,
Mhm.
you know.
It's cool.
But then I feel like Demure got like 3 days.
That fully.
You know what I mean?
And then it turned into drama.
And then it was nothing. And then it was just like gone.
Oh.
Gone. And I feel the same way about Nappy Pussy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Ooh. It was in, it was out.
People were like, "Oh my god!" And then, what?
Yeah, and now it doesn't matter anymore. So, what are your thoughts on Nappy Pussy?
Itself or the show?
Well, we're gonna talk about all of it. Hey, you opened yourself up for that one.
That's true.
You made it open. I just shut it up. Exactly. Exactly.
No,
No panties. New York to Miami. New York City in 1940.
you know what? I'm not gonna name it, but I want to make this
What?
a mix and put it on a shirt. I'm gonna do a mashup of what we just said.
Yeah.
Put it on.
You're just gonna slip it in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you won't know.
Yeah. It's just gonna be.
Just be one day.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy day. Anyways, we're talking about the Deliverance. 30 years in.
Netflix special.
It's a Netflix film.
A Lee Daniels film.
Lee Daniels, the Butler.
Lee Daniels,
The Butler. What was the other one he did?
Butler. Let's.
Lee Daniels.
Let me. You know what?
Look him up.
Look up
the man. Lee L
Is
E
he?
E
Okay.
Daniels.
Isn't he friends with
Yeah, I think so.
Precious?
He did Precious.
He did Precious.
Oh my god. That's why Monique was there.
Yes, he did
It's all
Empire.
coming together.
He did that show Star.
He did Empire? Like all of Empire or like a couple of episodes?
He was
Wow.
he produced it.
Wow. Look at him go.
Monsters Ball. Something
Monsters. Yeah, yeah, I remember that one. For sure. That was my favorite one. Mm.
The film that we're talking about right
Yeah, The Deliverance, starring Glenn Close.
now? Close.
What's the mom's name?
Andra Day.
Andra Day. That's right. That's right. And Monique is in this film.
Isn't it Omar Epps?
Omar
Yes,
Epps is in
Melvin.
it. Are you good? You want to talk about him? It seems like you want to talk about Melvin.
He just love Melvin.
Now, how would you describe Melvin's character
Melvin.
for the people who can't see? How would you describe him?
So Melvin is built like Omar Epps because he was played by Omar Epps. So, so picture Omar Epps.
I just mean to describe like his personality. You know what I mean?
No, I'm going all in. And the personality too.
Okay.
So and he's I would say he's one of those guys that will just like buy the like pants and the shirt at like Men's Warehouse on sale. Doesn't necessarily get it tailored. I mean, it's only just a little bigger than it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
It like fits, but it's like a little bigger.
He just buys straight off the rack at like Dillard's. Yeah,
and
the department stores.
He'll just do anything for Glenn Close.
He would do anything for Glenn Close.
It was like
Cruella DeVille.
Not in the show. If anybody ever says,
where did you see Emma Stone in this movie?
"Oh, you didn't see." She was
It's Florence Pugh.
like, what? She was the daughter the whole time.
Oh my god. No, for sure. I got you now. I got you now.
But would just lay his sword down for his lady. He's definitely.
Now here's the real question: do you think they ever actually got down? Because it seemed like she was like trying to keep him kind of like at arm's length a little bit. So what do you think?
I think maybe once. I think they got caught up in it, and then it got weird.
I think he got caught up.
They were like practicing, and they got in the heat of the moment.
They like got caught one time.
And they're like,
we can't do this again.
They had like, it was like they stayed up late, had a little extra wine.
Not wine.
Just a glass.
E&J.
Oh right, for character development, for good clothes.
Should have some E&J.
Peach. Oh.
You know how it is. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're so much classier than E&J. You would have some straight Henny. Some straight Hennessy.
Just sipping Henny on the rocks. And she's like, no, we can't do this again. She's like buttoning her shirt back up.
With the bottle still in her hand.
The Uber's coming or whatever.
Dude.
The Uber.
I see it. I've seen that woman.
He calls his wife the next day. Yeah, everything's good so far.
Oh my god.
So, what about you? What are your thoughts? What do you think?
I honestly thought this movie was incredible.
It was priceless.
I thought it was incredible. Whew, okay. So I first heard about this movie. Oh my god! I first heard about this movie when Monique did Club Shay Shay.
Club Shay Shay.
So Monique did an episode, and she like briefly talks about this movie and like her role in it and stuff because it's her first acting role I think since Precious, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
But she talks about how she basically got like shunned out of Hollywood.
Because I'm so scared. I feel like I'm gonna die. Just no.
Well, not some of that, but also a lot of it because of the other black billionaire.
Oh no, he's gonna kill me in my sleep.
Exactly.
Oh no. That's
yeah.
Because okay.
So anyways.
Let's not bring that up.
Yeah. So she like briefly went over that she was in this movie, and she like kind of said that it was. I thought I remember her saying that it was more of a drama, but there were like some kind of like scary elements to it. But this was. I don't really know how to describe what this movie was because it was so unserious at times where I was like laughing.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh, that's funny.
Mhm. And then like the next 5 minutes, it's like, oh, oh God, oh that's horrible.
So this movie, it's kind of a slow burn,
Mhm.
like I told you.
I think the first the first hour
Yeah,
at least,
yeah.
it's like
It's really just
build up.
building blocks to be knocked down later on. It's really just setting
But
things in motion
with that too,
for that hour.
it just
Slowly, it's doing it slowly, but it's doing it.
is doing it. Like I feel like at some points I appreciated that, and then at other points it was like I kept forgetting that she had a husband. So like,
Yeah, it was kind of like the mom, right? You're talking about?
yeah, the
Yeah.
mom has a husband who's like, wait, okay, so was he in Iraq or did he come back? Like
See, I don't know.
that's what fucked me up because
I
I
don't know.
was
It
because
seemed like he was still overseas.
spoil. I'm just gonna say spoiler.
Sure.
When they're leaving, she's like, "Talk to your dad. We're cool now. We're gonna go. We're gonna move back in."
Yeah,
And I'm like,
we're working shit out or whatever.
I was like, wait a second. Wait a hot minute. Wait a damn second. Has he just been in a different state this whole
This
time?
whole time.
So that was confusing. But other than that, truly building it up.
Slowly. Slowly.
Watching Glenn Close in what could only be described as her.
Yeah, how would you describe? What are your words for what you saw?
Um, I would say, from what I saw, probably her most challenging role.
Her most challenging role. Ghetto. Her most challenging role to date. Ratchet.
Well, she, to be fair, there's been a lot of people on Twitter and on Instagram who've like found these women in the wild and have been like, "Look, it's Glenn Close." It's like, you know what? I think she figured it out.
No, she definitely found the character.
She found that woman.
She found that character. I was I was I was telling you this earlier, but they don't know. You know.
Right.
Uh,
They're not obsessed.
I was watching this little like behind the scenes little snippet or whatever, and it was Lee Daniels talking about Glenn Close in this role and it was how it was like hard for her to find this woman to like find like figure out who she was to really play her well. And I think that's so funny because like okay, I have been surrounded by this woman my entire life. Countless versions. Countless versions
They
of
are.
them. They are everywhere. I have two older black brothers who tend to prefer white women. I myself also tend to prefer white women. So, like, I know this woman. I know this woman very,
She's out there.
and she fucking did it.
She.
She did it. The way she was braiding their hair, And she would like snatch the head back. Like you can feel it. You did it in a way that you're like, yep, that's it. That's how.
When she was doing the like just doing their hair, I was like, she actually wow.
She's paying attention.
She knows what she's doing.
She was paying
She
attention.
did.
She spent. You can tell she spent some time
Do you think who's gonna win it?
in a salon. No, absolutely not. I don't think anybody's going to win any kind of awards for that movie, unfortunately, because I think it went too horror for that route.
Which, can I say something controversial?
Get brave.
You ready?
Go on.
Horror should be considered by the Oscars. You cowards.
They are cowards.
Do you know how much work is put into that?
They are cowards.
More work than whatever Leonardo DiCaprio can do.
I think the last horror movie that won an Oscar was The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm. And it had to. Because
can you look that up and make sure that that's right?
No. I'm going to
let
you sit in it.
Please. Well, what about Parasite? Is Parasite considered horror? Because Parasite won an Oscar. Yes. But I don't think it's horror. I think it's just like... I think Parasite's drama.
It's more of it. But that was the first, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like I saw
that one
best picture or whatever. Yeah, I think that's true. What about RRR? RRR. RRR.
Well, it was RRR screws.
Not RRR screws. Well, I think RRR was after Parasite, anyways.
The film remains one of the scariest movies ever made in cinematic history.
That's not what I asked for.
I know.
What was the last horror movie to win an Oscar? Blue. Just type it in.
Silence of the Lambs.
Sure. Sure.
So, to be fair, that's been over 30 years.
Well, don't remind me of that, because it came out in 92, right?
Oh!
I'm a baby. I'm a baby.
Only 6 horror movies have been nominated for Best Picture in the history of the Oscars. The Exorcist, Jaws, The Sixth Sense, Black Swan, Get Out, and the only winner is Silence of the Lambs.
Black Swan?
Yeah. Don't ask me.
Jaws, I get. What was the other one? Signs?
Nope. Wait.
Sixth Sense. You said.
Sense. Let me get it.
Yes.
Sixth Sense, Black Swan. Well,
those middle two, I'm having a hard time with.
Because, well, and I mean, I'm even having a hard time with saying Silence of the Lambs.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that doesn't really. It's a thriller, definitely.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
And it was really well done. Mm-hmm. And the book is great, but I wouldn't call that a horror. Like, even though horror's been such an integral part of Hollywood, mm-hmm. It's never been recognized on the scale that it should be. Especially with special effects. I obviously feel very passionate about this, but I guess. But
like I said, we care about these things while we're talking about them.
Exactly. But just the work that's put into them, the special effects, especially during like practical effects.
Well, dude, and it's so obvious after like the massive success of X Pearl and Maxine. It is completely evident that the Academy has no intention of broadening that scope anytime soon.
Because Mia Goth, if anybody deserves a damn Oscar, get this bitch.
Just for that monologue alone that she did, like at the beginning of Maxine, for the like audition or whatever. That monologue alone is not something that like anybody could just deliver like that. And then for her to just switch it off immediately when they like ask her to show her tits, she's like, "Oh yeah, whatever."
It's
Like
the whole like again another meme, but like the whole like I'm a star, I'm a star, just all of that.
yeah,
Damn, give her not, please.
she put her whole ass into those roles.
Her whole ass.
Her whole ass. Straight into it. Wow. All right. Well, now we have to discuss the elephant in the room
Yes.
when it comes to that movie.
Yes.
The Deliverance is what we're talking about. We know we've gone to different places, but we're still talking about the Deliverance. We gotta talk about the elephant in the room. The meme of all memes. What did you say?
So
What? You're gonna get chicken nuggets later.
So I just thought I'm not
Good
gonna,
for you.
gonna locate where we are.
You're gonna go to Wendy's?
Yeah, the meme of all memes.
You're gonna go to Wendy's. Interesting. The meme of all memes. Glenn Close. Sharp little teeth. Which, love a set of fake teeth. Love some fake sharp teeth like that. Huge, just don't even fit quite in the mouth. You know, very that. Love it. Oh my god, she's bald.
And she's bald.
We didn't talk about how she's bald because of cancer.
No.
Anyways, Glenn Close is bald because of cancer.
In the movie.
So during the movie, she wears a lot of wigs. Wig swapping.
Wig swapping.
And it's because of cancer.
Because she has it.
Because she has it.
Cancer.
Yeah. So in her worst of times, she's possessed by a demon. So she's got sharp teeth. She's in a hospital bed of sorts. Are you talking to Monique? She said that to Monique.
To the priest lady.
No, I'm pretty sure she said it to Monique.
Oh, the priest lady. When the priest lady's trying to get her out. The diamond out. Pretty sure.
Maybe. Because who is that priest lady?
Some critics have argued The Shape of Water and Parasite also fit into the horror genre and won Best Picture.
The Shape of Water?
Yeah.
Why? Because it was directed by Guillermo del Toro?
Guillermo del Toro.
Sorry, what was that?
Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro. That's how you say it.
Is it? How you say it?
Go to Spain.
I wish you were here now.
Go to Spain.
Somebody bring him out. Guillermo, get out of here.
Oh, wow. Why?
He just comes bursting in like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah.
Through the wall. Exactly.
This was your surprise.
The whole time. You're welcome.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the setup.
He's just been living with me for years.
It's like, when are you gonna make that joke? You're like,
He's not having a family.
He's just been in the closet the whole time.
Yeah, we've been keeping Guillermo de Toro.
Guillermo de Toro.
Him. We keep him in my closet this whole time. I know. Shit's crazy. Anyways, I would not consider Shape of Water a horror movie.
It's good.
It's a fine movie. It's a fine film.
What do you think of freaky fish sex with the lady?
Excuse me. Like the way you said that. For some, what do I think about that? What do I think about that? I think that it really opened a slippery slope. I think people are really starting to think about fucking animals a lot more.
People were talking about it a little bit.
A lot more than they ever have.
More seriously.
For instance, as I said, I went to Spirit recently.
Oh.
During this new holiday season.
Yep.
And tell me why. There were two, like, straight up furry heads.
The first time I went there, I was having a good day too. It's like I turned around and it was like, who's
This
furry head? Just there. It's crazy. I mean, no hate. No hate to furries.
No hate to furries. Y'all do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. But
away from my children.
they said they're afraid of us. The strands. You know, the us of spirit. Dude,
you're illegal aliens getting their surgery.
Dude,
is that Spirit Halloween?
You're gonna have that spirit because of Sabrina Carpenter. Did you see that at the VMAs?
Oh yeah, I saw her kiss that alien at the VMAs.
All the Spirit Halloween CEOs are like, fuck.
I mean, they have alien costumes for sure. Hello? Is that what that song was? The Sabrina Carpenter song.
If she was singing Espresso, then yes. That's the only one I know.
Oh my
Stand up for the
I don't know what song she was singing. I just saw the pictures. I didn't see like the actual thing. I was teased that there was going to be a Lady Gaga music video premiere during the VMAs, and there wasn't.
And there wasn't. Who lied?
And there wasn't. Several people on Twitter.
Well,
several different people on Twitter. Anyways.
Give me their handles right now.
Literally.
Dox them. Just kidding.
Don't ever dox people, Alexa.
Which? Oh.
We're never going to finish talking about this movie. Go on.
Alright, we'll talk.
No, we led into it. It's fine. Anyways, Alexa Nicholas doxed somebody. She's a real see you next Tuesday for that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. She decided to dox the victim of Drake on Twitter because she's mad that she's too irrelevant.
Article, like, not as is what annoys me. It's what annoys me about that whole situation is that as somebody in the entertainment industry, entertainment industry,
insecure, old, like,
I am. As somebody in the entertainment industry, you would think that she would understand that not everything gets used. Like, literally, plain and simple. Not everything gets used, not everything gets made. Lots of work goes into things that never see the light of day. I just read Dr. Seuss, so that kind of sounds like that kind of sounds like a Dr. Seuss thing. But like, literally, like, not every movie gets made. Not every song gets released. Not every news article gets published. Like, this person could have been writing on things for years, working on this story. And for any reason in particular, somebody above them could have just been like, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, now that writer is then free to, shop it around and see if anybody else wants that article. But, like, if people don't want the article, people don't want the article. That's not necessarily at the fault of the writer.
This isn't, and it's not.
And it really seems like she's trying to make it seem like this person just didn't publish the article because they have some sort of like vendetta against Alexa or something. And it's weird.
It is because it's like
And I don't even know what's going on. I'm not even saying that that's necessarily what happened because we don't know what happened. The only people that know what happened are Alexa and this woman, and really just this woman, because like they wrote the fucking shit.
Right. And like the the questions weren't that bad either. That's another big thing that like Alexa's saying that she's being re-triggered by things. She's being cornered. She feels like she's being attacked. When the questions were, okay, you started a Patreon. Where did that money go to?
Mm-hmm.
You had employees that are saying that they weren't paid this or they weren't this, and that. They're not, they're questions that should be easy to answer.
Should be.
Like they should be.
If you got nothing to hide.
Exactly. But, like, in the fact that it's, like, Eat Predators is for profit and she's basically fills most of the roles in this company. It's not an advocacy thing. It's more of a company. Like, people are just wondering what you're up to. Plain and simple. And if you're getting that defensive about it, that's weird.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on her potentially, allegedly, being connected to that lawyer man, Mr. Bretla?
Oh, not a friend of the pod.
Not a friend of the pod. Not at all. But what are your thoughts on them potentially being connected?
Um, it's showing true colors for sure. It's showing where her mind is really at, what she's trying to do, and she's ooh, it's like get me in hot water. She's looking a lot like the people that she's been talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, when you go to the lengths of, again, allegedly, potentially. No, we say this because supposedly somebody got a cease and desist that was from Alexa via lawyer Mr. Bretler. And it was pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. Because I think she's got at least gotta be like 5 to 10 episodes now where somebody that this guy has represented has been some kind of weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have her name slapped on top of it is very like, yikes.
Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
And like she did before she leaked those documents, she did that whole live stream that allegedly is the last. Like she was speaking and alluding to the idea that this was like the last time that she was going to stream because the internet's people are bully. And I didn't realize this, but her mom moderates her streams.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
apparently.
Which that was another thing where I was like, interesting. That just added another layer where I was like, okay,
Now, I'm
this
going to ask you
it's just
why. Because that doesn't seem very strange to me at all.
because like
As a new content creator, it seems very like my mom's my moderator.
yeah, and I mean a lot of people do that, but if you look back on a lot of like her history in general, like or what she's told us in interviews, her mom's been there a lot. Like her mom's definitely like she and her mom are very close. And I think her mom is not helping in this whole scenario. Like I think she like because the way that Alexa was acting, like if I let's say you went live on stream one day and you were acting that way, I would be calling you and be like, my guy, get off the internet. Get off. Log off.
Get off the internet.
Log off.
I'd be
So,
like, Blue, you don't know me.
but it's not like a development necessarily or something that's like brand new, but it just for me it just kind of clicked and made sense in my head of like, okay, mom's moderator. You've talked about your mom quite a bit being behind you and all this stuff. Like, your mom should have, your husband should have told you stop, but they're just feeding into this delusion that she's got going on or whatever she has. And it's just, like as mad and upsetting as what she did is, it's sad too because it just like it really just looked like she was just spiraling. But what she did after that was absolutely inexcusable.
Which was?
Which was
Go on.
she so for
There's a commercial break right there. What did she do?
So, to make this long story short, she has been threatening, well, not threatening, but she has been talking about this Google Drive that she's had of these documents that she had to review of Drake Bell's case with the child endangerment case. And that was the whole reason why she took down the Drake Bell video, was because of these alleged documents that she had. And she was saying that Kat, the writer, was asking for these documents and was like, how could you get these if they're like sealed and like a normal person can't just go to the police station and be like, hello, I want these without them being like heavily redacted, having to do a shit ton of paper. Like, you can't just show up and be like, hey, I want that. Because what Alexa eventually showed had private information of
Mm-hmm.
the minor at the time. And like Kat was just like, okay, how did you get these? Like, this is a little weird. This is kind of suspicious. And Alexa was just like, here you go, world. Here you go, internet. Look at these things. So, yeah, that's heinous. What are your thoughts?
um, yeah, that's some pretty despicable behavior. Because it just seems like if, on the one hand, she's like, oh, well, I needed there to be like proof that it was like the documents that I said they were because it has their names or whatever. Which I could totally see somebody saying. But it's just like, you just figure it out. Like, just tell the people where you got the documents from. Again, if you've got nothing to hide, it shouldn't be a problem.
Not at all. It shouldn't be a big deal.
However, if these documents came into your possession some other way,
Oops.
then, like, it's a little weird.
It's suspicious. And this all is happening around the same time that she allegedly was seen at a concert by none other than
Drake Bell in his house.
so she's been hanging out with Drake Bell again, allegedly. And yeah, it's not looking good at all.
Looking weird, actually.
Looking weird as fuck. Looking in my opinion, um started off as something good, now it's performative.
Mm.
Like I think she genuinely wanted to do something with it, and then it just got out of control way too fast. And now it's a way to make money.
I think that what happened was after she shared her story and she started like reaching outside of that. I think is when things got messy.
Mm. Mm.
You know, like it got to a point where she was just talking about like what it was like on set, like with certain people,
Mm.
like just like certain random celebrities or whatever. And like I feel like after that, after like she kind of had to like start reaching a little bit to like find stuff to talk about. It felt like
Mm.
as it's like when things got a little bit weird.
Where it was just like, okay, like the whole, like the Guess Who series that she did.
Okay, but the first Guess Who series
That one was.
was kind of fire
Mm. Mm.
with the soccer situation.
Mm.
That was kind of legit.
But then it just kept
But then after that,
going and
yeah,
going, and it just felt like it kept getting pettier.
yeah,
And I just stopped
for sure.
watching.
After the soccer thing,
It's
like the Guess Who after that, I was like, oh my god, who else? What do you mean? Who else is stalking you?
and it just turned, yeah, it
They're not
felt,
all stalkers, by the way. It's just
it turned into what used to be like, or what was presented as like this platform for, victims and survivors of assault. it just felt like it turned into this gossip corner almost. And then she it oh like it almost felt like she started getting traction and started getting popular with people she's wanted to be popular around. This is just speculation as well.
Yeah.
But she started getting that feeling again, and now she's in hot water. And now she has fucked up big time, and this is something that it's just gross. It's like I would never imagine feeling the need to expose somebody else in order to gain any sort of traction
Mm-hmm.
in that way. Like that's crazy. It's gross.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
So,
So, how do you feel about speaking in tongues?
well,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Is that how you feel? Hmm. I'm gonna bring it back to the movie.
Let's bring it back.
I'm gonna bring it all. Bring it all the way back.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring it all the way back, but I'm gonna bring it to the end of the movie.
Sure.
Where in order to save the child's life, a woman must speak in tongues.
That she just like learned at the drop of a hat. Or
Um,
wait, did the priest lady teach her again?
here's okay.
Or did
Here's
she
how I
or
understood.
did Jesus?
Here's how I understood that movie at the end, because uh as a black person in this country, the United States, um, and in that I went to church more frequently than I would have liked. Um, that speaking in tongues situation happens pretty frequently, and it's a pretty common occurrence. Um, so I don't necessarily think it's something that like she just like did out of complete nowhere, if that makes sense. I think it's something because in a lot of the beliefs of people that speak in tongues. Speaking in tongues is like speaking the language of God, and uh, it it's like a very like if you can speak in tongues, you're seen as like being touched by God, essentially. So what I understood that scene to be was because there's like a point where she's like looking up kind of like to the sky, like begging basically for help in this situation, and then like there's like this like ray of sun that like comes up out of nowhere, uh and then what I understood was like that being God entering her body, and then that's when she starts speaking in tongues and is able to actually banish the demon,
I
is what I saw that as.
think that's what that
And
was.
I think that from the black perspective, that makes all the sense in the world. Like, that makes all the sense in the world. But I think on the other end of that, come with me over here, on the other end of that, is the people that have never seen something like that before and saw that and they're like,
What just happened?
what the fuck this movie just turned into? Because it looks silly.
It's
And sounds sillier.
it's a very if like I mean I definitely remember growing up and going to uh, certain churches in certain parts of the country that absolutely like grandparents knew people who would just get full like just people will joke about people be on the floor just men that have done shit.
Yeah, no, but that happens.
It's a thing.
That they do that.
Yes, it's real, and it's yeah. To what you were saying,
It's like if you're a kid seeing that, you're like, what the fuck?
You're like what the yeah. It definitely. So when you ask me about that, it's like well, you know, sometimes it's something I really definitely don't think about. So then it's like oh god, because it's you know when you're a kid, it is a little like it's no, it can be a little traumatizing.
It's a little weird. It's a little stressful.
You know, you're watching, but yeah, to your point,
especially if nobody tells you that that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then they tell you after the fact. Like that's what when I was a kid and I first saw that, my grandparents were like, "Oh, that was God speaking through them," and I was like, "Why didn't you tell me that before?" Like, I just like
yeah.
I thought somebody was having a seizure at one point. I was like, "This is."
That's what it looks like.
But no.
But no, supposedly they're fine.
They're just talking to God.
Or whatever that means.
So, it's not mental illness. It's not any sort of concussion. It's not any your brain's sat signs. It's the devil.
The devil.
So
At the end of the day.
it's the devil. So yeah.
So overall, what'd you think about that movie?
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Wowie.
Wow.
Zowie.
What about you? What were your thoughts?
I thought it was great. I thought the casting was perfect.
Mm.
I laughed. I cried. I would not say I was ever scared, but
I spoke in tongue.
I would say that I would say this.
Tell
Here's what I would say about this movie.
Set him up. Set him up to knock us out.
This movie did something really well, and I think what that was bring a lot of eyes to a very normal family.
Mm.
Like, they're shown as kind of, you know, ghetto and poor, whatever you want to say about them. And they're shown that kind of stereotypically. Um, but through that, they're still shown very like humanely, and there's still a sense of dignity to these characters.
Mm-hmm.
As outlandish as Glenn Close's character may be, it's still A, within the realm of reality, and B, she's still presenting a person.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's what Lee Daniels does really well as a director. Because he's done like I mean, even Empire is really good. Like that TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he just produced, but still, like I feel like he's brings a lot of like humanity to what he does, and a lot of like it feels more real, and it feels like these people you've met them before,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he brings that quite a bit, and he does in this film.
He does it. He
Like
did it again.
I have definitely met Glenn Close in that movie many times in my life.
So many times.
Mhm.
So many times.
Always nice.
So
Well, not always.
no, they're not always nice. They're not always nice. But they do almost always drive like a Range Rover though.
For whatever reason. I don't know if they just like a group chat and we're like, all right, whatever it is.
They all drive Range Rovers.
It's like, for sure.
Oh my god. Why is that so real? That's so fucking real. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
Get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
You gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Don't, whoa. Don't look at me like that. Up. Anyways, y'all, good night. This has been Chill Vibes Only. Bye. Got